Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Too Weird Didn't Watch, the show where we make fun of movies that we haven't seen, based on nothing but their very odd descriptions.
I'm Brantley.
I'm Albert, and I'm glad we got through that without any unpleasantness.
You didn't have to mention it.
This week.
You want to spend another 2 minutes discussing our intro?
Go, Brantley.
Okay.
Brantley's going to read this week.
First up, we have Mako, the Jaws of Death.
I haven't seen this one, but it sounds familiar.
I know, I was waiting for you to tell me.
It was a weird moment.
You've seen so many shark movies.
I have seen a lot of... How have I not seen Mako, the Jars of Death?
Jaws.
Oh, is it Jaws of Death? Yeah. Oh, Jars of Death would have been much more interesting.
I'm picturing like somebody has a collection of like shark bits and they form into like one zombie shark. Out of the jaws break open.
You mean the jars?
Yes. How is that so hard to get straight?
I was hoping that it would just be like jars of body parts and then they animate.
During the Vietnam War, U.S. soldier Sonny Stein is saved from a pursuing enemy by a Mako shark.
Is this going to be a heartwarming
Probably
tale of
not
friendship?
deliberately. That would be a nice change of pace, wouldn't it?
It's like he's frolicking in the water.
Could we
with his
stop
shark friend?
demonizing sharks, people? They just want to eat. And we don't belong in the ocean.
That's true.
We were not prepared for that by nature and or God, depending on what you believe.
Well, I mean, we're very adaptable, but
We are. That's the reason we took over the planet.
sharks are
100% adapted to the ocean.
maybe not worth our time.
I mean, I've had this discussion with people before. If you get attacked by a bear, that sucks. You get attacked by a shark, you're not supposed to be in the water, really. That's their
Also,
home.
you've won the lottery. Because
Right?
what is the the odds are not good. 7 shark attacks total last year, or was it 7 shark deaths last year?
Probably deaths. Like, a few shark attacks happened, but did you read about that one guy who saw a shark on the beach and he went in there and threw it back in the water?
Good for him.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
It's not enough. They're getting killed off for shark fin soup. I won't go into detail about that because I feel like I've already talked about that on this
It's
podcast.
super depressing.
Tell me the story about the boy and his shark.
He begins to appreciate Makos after that. After one saved his life. You know, I would too.
Yeah.
After the war, Stein finds work in the Philippine Islands as a marine salvager. A Filipino shaman gives him a medallion that helps him develop a telepathic rapport with Makos.
We're really going with
Yeah.
the boy and his shark story, but with
psychic medallions.
Yes.
This is awesome.
Yes.
Once back home in Florida, represent.
Panhandle.
Stein decides to become Mako Defender. Defender is not capitalized, but it should be.
It's really there's got to be like a pun for, I don't know, the widow Mako. That wouldn't work, but that's
Most of those fishermen are men. It's like a hardcore Batman, but only for sharks.
I'll become the thing they fear, and I mean really fear, and that's sharks. I will become Sharkman.
Most people are afraid of sharks. Careful, Sharkman is a thing.
Is it really?
Yeah. And Shark Boy and Great White is one of the original members of the Suicide Squad.
I'm googling Shark. It's not the same Sharkman from The Flash, right?
I don't know.
He's not called Sharkman. Oh man, that's amazing.
Yeah, Great White, they were going to use him, but he would have to be full CGI, and they just didn't want to do that. That's why they had Killer Croc in the Suicide Squad.
Sharkman is a movie. We could totally cover it at some point.
Cool.
Anyway, go ahead.
A shady scientist who wants to research the sharks and a strip club owner who wants to use the sharks in a stripping act try to get Stein to use his powers to help them with their plans.
What?
Yes.
Wait, go back. What was the first guy's thing?
He's a shady scientist who wants to research the sharks.
Oh, that's not nearly that. What's shady about him?
I don't know.
I mean, like...
But he's in the same sentence as a strip club owner who wants to use the sharks in a stripping act.
No, that very much... I want to get to the stripping act. He's had this... So the stripping act is interesting. But the scientist who wants to study sharks and goes and talks to the guy who is telepathically connected to sharks... And
who is a noted defender if they know about the shark telekinesis or telepathy. This guy is actively protecting sharks from humans, and he can warn sharks away from areas, and then presumably breaks dude jaws.
What? So,
Is this
Is the
superhero
scientist
named
not disturbed by the fact that this guy is telepathically connected to sharks with the shamanistic metal? Like, I mean, does that not offend his scientific sensibilities?
Unless he wants to literally study only their physiology, using this dude's abilities to influence their behavior,
you could
ruins
bust
your science.
The lid off, like, hey, magic is real, people. Why don't you do that instead of like, I want to find out more about sharks. Can you use your magical powers to help me out?
Look, the man is a sharkologist.
Okay.
Which I know is not the word, but sharkology is so much more fun than, marine biology specializing in sharks.
Okay.
Sharkology is fun. I would be a sharkologist.
The guy with the stripper act, I just envisioning like him like from a wee lad having had this dream of being a strip club owner that had a shark themed act, but the sharks kept eating the strippers.
I mean, he's in Florida, so there's probably like a marine theme going on to his place. And I imagine he just wants to have like a really huge, like curved tank behind the stage,
right,
where you just see the sharks swimming.
So here's what he does. He has that, and he simulates it by having sharks in a tank and then strippers in a tank, but they're like separated by glass.
But this guy can control the sharks and make sure they don't get eaten.
It's not real enough. See, he knows the strippers know the sharks aren't in there with them, so they don't feel the raw power and danger of the sharks, and they don't like. He's not getting the performances that he wants.
Into the act.
Yeah. He needs this raw. I don't know why this guy's so artsy about his strip club, but
he's a real sharkophile.
And they both what's next?
Furious, Stein turns on the two men, and things get ugly quickly for all of them.
What?
They
just go up to him and be like, hey, dude, we got these sharks. We heard you talk to sharks. Can you help us out? And he's like, no!
Two things, probably. Because of his near obsession with sharks.
Neither one of these people is killing sharks.
No,
this guy could be out in his mind, China stopping shark fin harvesters.
In his mind, he's got this guy cuts open sharks. They didn't agree to that, and this guy
objectifies sharks,
puts them in cages with women, which is also not cool. But he puts them in cages.
He doesn't understand. Like he doesn't appreciate them for their minds, for who they are. He just wants to see their shark bodies writhing around in a tank with no clothes on.
So,
shark man power.
This guy is clearly not Batman. This is like the Punisher. So he has like a shark skull painted on his shirt.
It's just the jaws. There aren't shark skulls.
Or just the jaws.
Just the jaws, yeah. Unfortunately. Tony pointed out to me that sharks don't have skeletons, and why does that ghost shark have a skeleton in the Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man Tell No Tales trailer? And now I'm like, I can't quite enjoy that as much as I wanted to.
Well, here's the thing. That series has had mermaids, zombies, zombie monkeys, a giant woman, and a squid man. If you're questioning the logic at Ghost Skeleton, you're not watching the movies right.
But why does it have a skeleton, Brantley?
Why did magic coins turn people into zombies only in Moonlight?
Because that was what the coins did. Magic coins aren't a thing that exists in my world, so I can accept that they operate by the laws dictated by the movie. But the shark is a real thing.
Is the shark made of bone?
It's not made of bone. It has bones sticking through its rotted away ribcage.
Maybe the cartilage hasn't rotted away yet. Maybe whatever magic is holding it still alive is holding on to only the cartilage structure.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
You're welcome. I saved the movie for you.
I'll go see it now.
That's all we have for Mako the Jaws of Death. Is magical shark skeletons.
That's it? That's the end of the...
Yeah, things get ugly for all of them quickly. Because he misused his medallion that allowed him to talk to sharks, so the sharks turn on the world into the shark apocalypse.
That's probably not what happens in the movie?
I mean, even if it was, there's a very easy way to avoid the shark apocalypse. Don't go in the water! We already don't belong there.
Why do you keep making these movies where people can't avoid sharks, but they have easy access to dry land? They just keep going in the... Okay, continue.
If you're going to do something like that, you have to have them on an island with like very limited resources.
Yeah, or just stuck on a boat. Like the boat doesn't work.
The boat is the best.
Why not just have that? But no, they keep getting back on boats and getting on different boats.
They should do one that's... They should have one that's
it's a beautiful film, by the way.
Like a aircraft carrier, but like something happens to where it gets taken out, so they have no power, so they can't use any of the, the big guns or anything, and the engines don't work.
Okay.
And there's like killer sharks there. Like a whole lot. Like a stupid
maybe
amount.
the ship is sinking?
Yes.
But slowly?
Yeah, slow enough to get a whole movie out of it, yes.
Okay.
As opposed to the Titanic.
Well, yes. Man, your objection to the Titanic has been noted.
Good. Up next, we have Z-Rex, the Jurassic Dead. Have you seen it?
I have not.
Good.
But I've seen the trailer. And let me tell you, I've been campaigning for a zombie dinosaur movie for a while.
That's the name of our YouTube channel.
It is. Okay? For good reason. This is not the one I want.
Do you want me to read the description?
I'll read the description, but I'm telling you, based on the trailer, no.
A hard-boiled hotshot militia unit, which are two things that don't really work together, but all right, led by Cuchilla Vasquez. Cuchilla is a nickname. It's in quotes.
Wait, what?
It's a hard-boiled hotshot militia
No, I got that. Does Cuchilla mean something that I don't know about?
I don't know, but it doesn't give...
Is he a luchador?
It doesn't
He's a luchador! Bringing it back to the last episode.
Duke Wayne and, quote, Stick Howard.
Duke Wayne?
Duke Wayne.
As in John the Duke Wayne?
That's probably where the name comes from, yes. It's spelled D-U-K-U-E. That makes you feel any better.
No, that makes me feel worse.
Anyways.
Wait, like Dooku?
Like D-Q-U-E, Duke.
It's
French.
No.
Yes.
No. That's
yes.
Okay. Who's the third person?
Stick Howard. Stick is a nickname.
Okay, so he's from Daredevil.
They must team up with a group of tech nerd millennials after you.
The tech nerd millennials?
Yes. After the United States is struck by a master-planned EMP asteroid attack. Somehow they hijacked asteroids.
Okay, so I was still stuck on the nerd tech millennials.
Tech nerd.
Tech nerd millennials. Say the other words in that sentence again?
After the United States, that's us, is struck by a master-planned EMP asteroid attack.
Those things don't all go together.
No, they don't. Someone somehow hijacked asteroids and managed to send them towards the United States in such a way that they would explode in the atmosphere, which can cause an EMP.
Well, that would need a master plan.
There are easier ways to attack the U.S.
Yeah, it would seem like it. If you've got space travel capable of pointing asteroids, just crash the asteroid into the U.S. You'll kill the whole planet. Now
it's hard enough to get... I mean, maybe that's what they were trying to avoid. They were trying to avoid the structure damage.
Okay.
Yeah, they want a Red Dawn situation, not, a Fallout situation.
They want everybody mad they couldn't access Twitter. While they were all distracted trying to...
It also takes out our military communication.
They're like taking pictures of their food with film cameras and like rushing to Walmart to get it developed so they can show it to people on the street. Look at my breakfast!
Also, how are your tech nerds going to help if there's been an EMP that takes out technology? Fix it. What? Fix it. We're not millennials. We're all very angry, hotshot, and hard-boiled. Fix it. That's not how this works.
My name is Stick. His name is Duke, but it's not spelled that way. Thanks.
Thanks for informing us that. Stranded in the desert, the two disparate groups end up trapped inside the labyrinth compound of mad, jilted scientist and political terrorist Dr. Wojciech Borg.
He's jilted?
Yes.
Meaning someone cheated on him? Or didn't go out with him? The way that's what jilted means.
That's what it says. He's also a political terrorist and a scientist.
I'm envisioning the bickering that's going to happen between these groups, and I hate it. I hate movies with bickering.
I mean, the whole time it's just our ways were better. Technology is awesome, and you guys suck for not wanting technology.
I've got guns. Look how big my muscles are.
Yeah, it's the whole movie. There they realize this madman is behind it all and more.
What's the more?
They scramble to stop the rest of his nefarious plan to toxify the world.
Where's the zombie dinosaur?
Meanwhile, the ultimate bioengineered zombie dinosaur killing machine,
what?
the Z-Rex, is hunting them down. It's just there. He just has it on hand.
He just that was a side project I was working on.
Meanwhile, I'm going to toxify the world, and I've taken out the U.S. with the EMP from asteroids.
I thought about using zombie dinosaurs to take over the world.
Those are so hard to get your hands on. Right. You have to find the DNA in them. There's only been found once.
The materials were very expensive.
Seriously, there is a chick who found T-Rex DNA.
How?
She found it inside of a T-Rex rib.
Shouldn't it have decayed to the point where it's no longer complete?
Yeah, they found it's like not viable, but they have found strands of DNA.
Okay.
We're not getting Jurassic Park anytime soon. No, not allowed.
All right.
Don't you give me the Jurassic World remix anyway. The Commandos and the Millennials.
For a second, I thought that was the name of the next movie.
No. That's
the Commandos and the Millennials.
That sounds like a great, like...
an offbeat love story.
Yeah, like Odd Couple. Anyways, the Commandos and the Millennials ultimately turn on each other, and unearthly pandemonium ensues.
You're fighting a zombie dinosaur.
And a crazy dude who wants
a crazy guy who set off an EMP attack and is trying to toxify the world.
What does that mean exactly, toxify? Is he just going to poison everyone?
You know how everybody's having their detox diets? He's going to tox them.
I'm not. I like being a fat dude.
That's not what detoxing is about. It's about you can be fat and still be healthy, Brantley. Don't you understand? It's about loving the body that you're in. It's about being healthy.
This is how much you love my body. That was my belly.
Okay.
You shut up over there. I'm a lizard. Making noise. It's not a euphemism.
They turn on each other. I can't believe they can't get their crap together long enough to fight the zombie dinosaur.
The bloodthirsty predator picks them off one by one.
Oh, he's not thirsty for brains?
Shredding and infecting them as they struggle for their very survival against the unimaginable menace. No,
why? There's just zombie people then.
Maybe it turns them into dinosaurs?
No, it won't. You know it won't. It won't be that cool. They won't even be like leathery skinned or anything or have weird dinosaur eyes.
Yeah, it's just zombies that there's also a T-Rex running around.
This is the worst iteration of my amazing idea. No. No.
You want to go to a new movie to cheer you up?
Yes.
We're going to Japan.
All right.
With RoboGeisha.
This is... I heard something about this recently.
If you've seen it, I will move on to another.
No, I haven't seen RoboGeisha. So there is a RoboGeisha. Oh, wait, no.
That is one word, but the first G is capitalized.
I saw the trailer for this.
Probably not in the kanji.
I saw the trailer for RoboGeisha. It's amazing. There is a robo weird thing in, maybe it's not a geisha, but in the Ghost in the Shell trailer. The thing with the face that pops open.
Well, yeah, it's based on an anime that's all about robots and cyborg.
Yes.
Scarlett Johansson is a cyborg who I think used to be a dude, if I remember right.
Spoilers for, I guess, Ghost in the Shell, possibly?
Oh, for an anime that's been remade twice and is like 10, 15 years old?
Nobody cares.
It's a good show.
Listen, it has its fans.
I'm really not interested at all in that movie. 90% of the people
who are going to go see the movie have not even heard of the anime.
And 99% of them are not going to hear this podcast.
That's fair.
To that one person that we spoiled, my bad.
She used to have a penis.
Maybe. I can't really remember. I do know that there are these spider mechs called Tachikomas, and they are adorable because they sound like they're like 12-year-old little girls.
There was a guy I used to work with at Walmart that would not shut up about how great those things were.
The Tachikomas?
Yeah.
They're cute.
It was not you. I used to work with Brantley at Walmart as well. But like one of the stalkers talked my ear off about Ghost in the Shell, and he's like, these Tachikomas are the best, but they cut them out of the anime movie. Why?
They didn't have time, and they don't serve a big purpose, dude.
Yep.
Anyways, two beautiful sisters become mechanized killing machines in this over-the-top Japanese horror comedy, which describes about half of Japanese culture.
Yeah, I was going to say, this actually sounds pretty par for the course for Japan right now.
Yoshi is a lovely but shy girl, not a cartoon dinosaur, who has spent all her life playing second fiddle to her big sister, Kikui.
Oh, so they're in a band?
They're in a string quartet? If you want to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band.
Yeah.
Kikui has become the most popular hostess at a local geisha house. While Yoshi...
These are just high-class prostitutes, right?
No, in Japan there was this thing where it's, I can't remember what the term is, but basically it's a restaurant that they have, it's basically like Hooters. Only themed, like you'll have the waitresses in maid outfits.
Okay.
Or geishas in this case.
I got you. Okay.
Japan is that thing where it's like, it's really weird, but in an almost wholesome way. They go right to the edge of being horrific.
I think that they're super repressed about some things, and so like it's like if you've got like a lump of Play-Doh or whatever, right? Like you're like, I want this to be smaller, so you squish it, but it just like pops out in odd places. I think that's what's going on there. Like they're still very, very horny. For odd stuff.
Prior to World War II, when it came to things like sex and nudity, they didn't really care. Like, they would have places that were like brothels, but they weren't shunned. So, like, there is a brothel. Neat. Moving on with my life. And then World War II happened, so when we, went over there to help clean up after, Hiroshima and Nagasaki and the whole war thing, Western culture came in with all of our hang-ups on it.
Right.
So they started trying to implement that on their, 1,000-plus year of not caring. And they kind of went to weird places, which is why we have tentacles and hentai.
Tell me about RoboGeisha.
While Yoshi is stuck doing the cleaning and suffering unflattering comparisons to her sister. Her sister being the pretty one.
Who's working in the thing.
Who's the hostess. The most popular hostess. Both Yoshi and Kikui fall under the sway of Hikaru Kageno, heir to a valuable metal foundry who has developed an insane but ingenious secret plan to turn geishas into high-tech robotic assassins in a bid to take over the world. I love you, Japan.
I'm at the point right now where I'm not even that weirded out by this.
That's the proper place
That's the problem with these Japanese movies. It's like, yep, okay, robotic geishas, all right. Also, I'm at the place where I've seen the trailer for this movie, and it's so bonkers.
The sisters leave that's why I decided to do this one, because I saw the trailer.
Okay.
It's so great. The sisters leave a bloody trail in their wake as they do Kageno's bidding, but the long simmering rivalry between the sisters comes to a boil when Yoshi refuses to kill a handful of senior citizens and turns on her master, as well as her sister, who remains loyal to Kageno.
Why?
Because she was getting praised for being pretty, and the other one wasn't, so then she's like, you know what? I'm not getting all the perks, and I'm not down with murdering old people. Every other person we've killed so far, totally down. Old folks, we should respect them. Japanese culture, we respect our elders.
I don't know what the arc is here. They got turned into robots and assassins?
Mind you, it is a horror comedy.
Okay.
So it's
okay, so my vision is like she was programmed to a certain extent, but she still got her human brain underneath of everything, and like the killing of the elders was the thing that sorted her out.
You kind of got a RoboCop thing going on.
Okay.
Where you need like the human, I guess, reflexes or something to keep the robot parts going.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he would just build sexy female robot assassins who are also geishas.
Don't they do like a Transformer thing too, though?
I think so. It's been a little while since I saw the trailer.
I watched it like the other day, and I remember like a really bad CG shot of her like rolling down the highway with her upper half like throwing stuff at people in cars. Very odd movie series.
Japan's fun.
It is fun, but I've become numb to their weirdness.
You haven't gone far enough in.
Becoming numb to this weirdness. Is that the end of that one?
That's the end of that one. We can do one more.
I don't have time for one more.
No?
This episode is 25 minutes long.
Okay.
My lap is hot and I want to go home.
You do you, man.
My back is aching, the sun's too bright. My hips keep popping from left to right. The left, the right, the left, the right, left, right, left, right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Do that on my futon.
Like and subscribe. Whatever. No, this isn't YouTube. Bye. Next week, more stuff.
Do you want to try that again?
Nope.